Have you ever sat across from someone and felt, deep in your gut, that they weren't actually listening to you? That instead of understanding you, they were quietly dismantling your boundaries, piece by piece? You say one thing, but somehow you end up doing another. You think you're the one making the decisions, but in reality, your mind is being steered by someone else. And the most dangerous part? You have no idea it's happening. This isn't a thriller movie. This is real life, and this game is being played every single day. It starts small. It's always subtle. Someone gives you a little extra attention. They agree with everything you say. They make you feel like the most important person in the room. You tell yourself, they're different. They actually get me. But the truth is, they're just data mining. They're studying your insecurities, your needs, and your deepest fears. And that is when the real game begins. They lift you up just high enough to gain your trust, then they let you drop, just enough to make you crave their validation again. You think you're in love, or that you're being a good partner, but in reality, you've been conditioned. Imagine this. You're with someone who seems perfect, attentive, caring, present. Then, out of nowhere, the shift happens. The replies get delayed. The tone turns cold. The attention evaporates. You're confused. You're racking your brain wondering, what did I do wrong? That moment of confusion? That is the manipulation anchor. You start overcompensating. You try harder. You fold. You adjust your entire personality just to get back to normal. Meanwhile, they're just sitting back, watching you. This isn't an accident. It's a strategy. Let's break down the mechanics. First, they hook you with what you're desperate for. If you crave validation, they give you an overdose of it until you lower your guard. Once you're vulnerable, they create distance to trigger your abandonment anxiety. People do their most desperate work when they fear they're losing someone. Second, they weaponize guilt. Notice how, no matter what happens, you're always the one apologizing. Even when they're the ones being toxic, you end up taking the blame. They've successfully convinced you that you are never enough. When you don't feel enough, you become a puppet. Third, they thrive on inconsistency, the hot and cold cycle. One day they're your soulmate, the next they're a stranger. This constant whiplash keeps you addicted to the chase. You want clarity, but they feed you just enough hope to keep you hooked, and just enough confusion to keep you unstable. Remember, it's much easier to control a mind that isn't at peace. They even go after your identity. They start questioning your decisions and making you doubt your own judgment. Eventually, you stop trusting yourself, so you start looking to them for the correct answer. That's how they become your guide, while you become their project. And eventually, they isolate you. They make it feel like only they truly understand you, while everyone else is fake. When your world shrinks down to just one person, you lose your perspective. Your emotions, your joy, your sadness, your fear, stop belonging to you. They become tools in their kit to manage your behavior. You're probably thinking, wait, is this happening to me? If you feel like you're losing yourself, you already have your answer. But there is a way out. Awareness is the first step, but the real solution is simpler than you think. Stop trying to change them. You can't. Instead, start reclaiming yourself. Observe, don't react. Watch what they do, not what they say. Set ironclad boundaries and don't apologize for them. And most importantly, learn to be comfortable on your own. The person who is terrified of being alone is the person who will tolerate anything. But the moment you realize you don't need them to be happy, that is the moment you become impossible to control. This is just the beginning. In part 2, we're going to look at the advanced level, where the manipulation becomes so invisible, even the most self-aware people fall for it. Are you ready to see it?